Hi everyone, my name is Georg and today I'd like to show you a bit of an overview how to use AVACloud, our AVACloud API, a REST API service, with Postman. How you get started, how you can sign up for a trial account, and basically how you can make your first request. So maybe first of all, very quick, what is AVACloud? AVACloud is a REST API that's designed to give you options to convert files between different formats. They're mostly used for tendering, invoicing, quantity takeoff and such. And we have its API published here in this Swagger document, which I'll link in the description of this video. And if you browse it here, you can play around a bit. You can, if you already have an account, also click on Authorize. Make sure to select the AVACloud scope here in the lower left. Then click on the green Authorize button. Since I'm logged in, it's basically not querying anything. You can then close it and then start converting. Basically, you can expand these controllers, take a look at them, and just try them out. But today I'd also like to show you how you can do this in Postman. So first of all, we need to copy this URL here, copy link address in Chrome, and that's the link to the raw Swagger specification. Swagger, is in this case it's still Swagger version 2.0, not OpenAPI yet, and it's basically a description, kind of a metadata description of all the actions and controllers and endpoints available in the AVACloud API. So now that we've copied this, we can go to Postman. We start here by importing a new API. We just directly paste our Swagger URL, and then it's already being recognized correctly. So you can just go ahead with this Postman collection here, click on import. Takes one moment and then it is there. Basically here you can expand it. Most of the features you want to use are probably below the conversion folder or conversion entry, and then you can expand it at will. Let's maybe go with the status endpoint first, because that one doesn't require authentication. Let's just send a request via Postman, and what we are seeing is here in the lower half of the screen we get a JSON response back, and currently AVACloud is reporting a healthy status on version 153.0. So that's basically how to import it in Postman. Now we also want to set up authentication, because if we call any other controllers here, then we'll just get a 401 unauthorized status code back, because AVACloud requires us to provide an OpenID Connect or an OAuth bearer token. So now we need to add a token, or configure a token in Postman. That's pretty easy to do. We're using OpenID Connect, which is a kind of a standard on top of OAuth, which basically just defines some valid flows of how you can obtain an access token. To do this in Postman, just click on the three dots menu next to your API, then go to Edit, and in the Authorization tab, usually the presets are fine, so you want to use OAuth 2, and then in tokens you just go to configure a new token. You give it a name, something like AVACloud, sounds fitting, and the grant type for AVACloud, at least for this demo now, is the client credentials grant. Client credentials means you're basically sending your client ID and client secrets, so like username and password, directly to our identity provider. You'll get a token back, and then you can use this token when authenticating via AVACloud. For that we need, first of all, our token URL. I'll also link them all in the video description. So you just paste it. It's identity.dangl-it.com/connect/token. Then we need a client ID and a client secret. That's going to be individual for you, so I'm just using some demo values here, and apparently Postman also doesn't hide them, so this is going to be changed after recording. And that's basically it. The scope is already pre-selected. It's got a name. We can try it out. Click on Get New Access Token, and authentication is complete. So now we've got a token. Now what we can do is we try one controller, let's just do the AVA to GEP conversion. So they're always like basically when you expand the conversion folder, what you're seeing is the here a list of the source formats. So the AVA format is kind of our main format, it's JSON one. And below that you'll find the target formats. So we go AVA to GEP, means we send AVA JSON and we want to create a GEP file. I've just disabled the query parameters here because all of them are optional, otherwise sensible defaults will be chosen, so you can just ignore them. And then we need a body. This body is pretty big, that's from the example value, so it doesn't really make any sense. So let's start with something super simple. We will basically the project or object we're sending is a project in our case, and we'll populate its service specifications property, which is an array of service specifications. They're kind of like the containers for the actual tree of the bill of quantity elements. And there we will just also populate the elements list, which will also just receive a single entry. And here for every element, it's always important to write or to pass an element type description, basically what kind of element this is. You'll find all the information about this in the docs. But very quickly, it's either position, a group, service specification group. It could be a node text. That's the third one. The fourth one is pretty rarely used. It's called an execution description, which is basically very similar to a text with references to position. And let's add some, or at least one more properties. We could not shorty. We call it short text. And let's just call this hello AVACloud. We can maybe also do a quantity override, basically directly setting a numerical value as a quantity. Let's say this are 10 units. The unit tag is PCS for pieces. And let's also do a unit price override. That's going to be how much is a hello AVACloud article? It's 12.99. That's it, basically. Now all that's left is to click on send. It's sending the request, and it's still unauthorized because we need to select here in authorization our available AVACloud token. Set that, click on send again, and you see it's working. Now we got a GEP XML file. This is version 3.2. That's kind of like the default. And somewhere here in the body of the file, we see there's a text that says hello AVACloud, which is basically what we have entered. Now, before I finish, there's one quick thing you could also take a look at. If you want to set parameters, for example, the destination GEP type, we don't want to use a default. Let's or use a GEP XML one. Maybe use GEP 90. Click on send again, and you see the format here changes quite drastically because GEP 90 is pretty different from encoding. But we also see there's also hello AVACloud as text somewhere here in line type 25. And that's basically it for AVACloud. Now I'd also like to quickly show you how you can get access to AVACloud. If you don't have an account or a client yet, then it's pretty easy to do. Either you just send us an email at info@dangl-it.com, or even simpler, we have this one-click registration available, where you basically just go to this link, which you'll also find in the video description here, and then you just enter an email. Let's use bob@dangl-it.com. Then you click on activate AVACloud, and this takes a few moments, and after that's done, you will find here a client ID. You can just copy that, and you will find a client secret. You can also copy that. You should copy it because otherwise it's lost, but you can of course always later reset it or change it. And this will be valid for 30 days. In case you want to, extend it or purchase it, just drop us an email. If you already have an account, you can also use this one-click setup. Then you don't even have to enter your email. Then you just log in, click on activate, and then you'll get a client ID and client secret generated for you. If you want to do it the manual way, just make sure that when you're logged into Dangl Identity, in your account tab, there's a developer section, and there usually you will find a button where you say where it says register as developer. In this case, it's already activated, but for you, you'll have to click it, and that way you'll see a few more sections here, and then you can either, if you haven't started the trial yet, here go to AVACloud, and in our case we've already started, but there you can start a 30-day trial, or you can go to clients and then manually create a client. So here we see that's Bob's AVACloud client, and you can also create your own one, or manage the existing one, set a new client secret, change the name, or something like that. And then I would like to thank you very much for watching, and hope you'll enjoy AVACloud. Drop me any messages if you have any questions. Bye.